should that occur and we're not done, we'll go into Randy's presentation in her absence. We might flip-flop that just a little bit if that's the case. So I just want to call the meeting to order. I just want to thank you all for attending. And Christine, you have some opening comments and your
Sure. Welcome, everyone. Just want to start with a few check-in items. First of all, one item that I wanted to put out here for you is just a quick update that at upcoming business meetings, we are currently monitoring special education caseloads and things like that, so we may be coming back to you with some recommendations for some slight adjustments again. That's probably going to be an ongoing thing as we're working through some needs of new student enrollments that are coming into our school district. So I just wanted to tell that to you right now so that if it comes up in a business meeting, you're not surprised by it, but you'll be getting updates along the way as that happens. The second item is just that I want to take some time to debrief the election a little bit. But in addition to that, Teresa and I were talking yesterday about trying to set up another meeting where we can kind of go a little bit deeper into election results and kind of do a little bit deeper dive into some next steps and conversations about that. But what we wanted to do tonight was really just kind of a quick brief sharing, checking in with where everybody is at. As we look ahead to December, we do not actually have a work study session on the calendar. What we have is a reflection session scheduled right before our regular business meeting of the board. And so the question we're going to be also asking is if you're interested in scheduling additional work study session, or if we wanted to change that reflection session into a work study session and maybe start at 4:30 instead of 5 o'clock. I mean, that's another option as well if time is tight, because in December we only have one date on the calendar. But it seems to me that we're going to want to have some deeper conversations about the levy and the budget. So the two items basically that would be on the agenda for that potential meeting would be more levy conversation and deeper dive into budget projections and budget conversations. So with that,
I just wanted to add that the thought of waiting to do it at a retreat might be a little tardy if we wanted to do any kind of consideration for 2016 for different options. So that was what prompted the thought for additional meeting. And I really wanted to make sure people had time to kind of talk a little bit about it, you know, about the levy, because this is the first time the board's gotten together on this subject. So I think it's kind of
absolutely. And so what I wanted to do is just kind of share a little bit of information with you about kind of some initial follow-up that's happened. We have been collecting a variety of different feedback that's been coming in from the community and responding to community members with their questions or their thoughts and ideas. Another thing our communications team has been doing is really taking a look at, before other districts' websites were taken down, they went through and really made sure to archive information that was how different districts shared information about their levies again, and going back to make sure that we have that in our records, because as we look back on this levy season, we want to make sure we have all the information saved so that we can reflect on it and learn from it, and really study the communications that have been out there. So that work's been happening. That happened right away. It was happening throughout the whole levy informational sessions, but also just kind of at the last, towards the end, just making sure that all that information is saved and archived for future planning purposes. Another thing that we're very interested in doing is some sort of a survey to follow up with the community to gather some more community input and feedback. That's something that as a board, I think we're going to want to have a conversation about, a little deeper dive into, but certainly something that that I'd like us to really consider. I know with our membership with 916, there's a willingness for 916 to actually pay for that survey, so that's really great too. So something to think about as we plan. I don't anticipate that tonight we're going to plan all those details or talk about specifically about our next steps, but we really wanted to take a few minutes to just kind of gather initial thoughts, feedback, reflections, following the levy election that happened this week, so, or the referendum from last week. So on that note, I guess we can open up the floor. And I did invite cabinet members to stick around so that we could gather input and feedback as well. Okay.
Do any of the board members want to talk? Start? Amy?
First of all, I want to say that I think the idea of a survey is really, really good.